Today I am going to show you how to repair the chuck on a Milwaukee impact driver. To show you what the fault is, when you put in the screw butt holder like this, it should stay in until you release this, but it isn't staying in itself, it falls straight out. There's a spring inside this mechanism that is supposed to hold there's a little ball in the center. So it's supposed to hold a little ball on, so it sits into this area and holds your butt holder in place, and you can release it. But that spring is broken, so that's the fault. But today in this video I am going to replace the whole chuck assembly, and I hope that it will help you understand better how this thing goes together. First, I will try to disassemble this chuck to show you what's involved. If you look in the center there, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but the first thing's I think you would call the hog ring, and it has to be pried out, which isn't easy. Isn't always easy. I'm going to see if I can do it on camera. There's a thing there. You can see that. And be careful when this comes out, because the spring wants to come out. If you can see, that's coming out there. It's very hard to show this in camera, but I'll do my best. Right, there we are now. You can see that. First of all, you have this, the hog ring, which holds it all together. I'm trying to set these all out so you can see them. That's the hog ring. There's a washer then. Then there is a larger spring. Okay. Then there's the sleeve itself. If you can see that. I'll move that all down here. It's 1, 2, 4 items there, and if you can see that, that's the remainder of the spring there that's maybe damaged or displaced anyway. We'll see it anyway. Try and get it pried off here for you. Right. It's not completely broken, but that is the spring that does the work effectively, gives the trouble. That spring seems intact, but maybe it's become weakened, I don't know. And the last item is a little ball. These usually just fall out, but there's so much grease in this, it's sticking in there. Bet you this will force it out. Honestly, these things just usually fall out. So that's a chuck completely disassembled. If you can see all that there, maybe that's out of shot there. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little ball at the end. That is what your chuck is made up of. But I have all new parts for that. Right, quickly I'm going to set all the new parts out alongside the old ones. Do you see what's involved here? Like I said before, This is your main culprit. There doesn't seem to be a lot wrong with the old one. It might be spread a wee bit, but the guy that owns this works it very hard. Let's just say that. And I'm glad I have all the parts to replace, because I'll make a real good job of this one. So we could proceed and getting this all back together. First thing we'll do is put on the new, let's show you this new spring. And it goes down over the shaft there, like that. It's the same way as it come off. Just have to sometimes give a little break. It's nice and tight, which is good. Put that down into position. And you'll see a slot there, just there, the top of the screwdriver, and that's where you want that this little thing to go into. You just have to work with that, get it down there. It's in position now. The camera would focus and get enough light. There it is. It's in position. And so the next part is the little ball. This little ball. And I'm going to lift this down so you can see, and we drop the ball in there and there. So if you can see that, that's the ball. It's sitting above the little spring. You can see that the spring's forced down. Right. So, you remember the way I've lined these up. The next thing is the sleeve, right? And the spring. If you look at those two springs, I'll just take a moment to do this. If you look at these two springs together, the old one is more squashed down, you know, just with use. Anyway, I don't think there's a wrong way to put this spring in. You just set it in there, inside like that. The next part is the real. That's the real hard part. The washer goes in there, and the hog ring or a retaining ring holds it all together. So you just have to use the force or whatever sort of magic you have to try and fight with this and get it to happen, which is not always easy. It came off surprisingly easy, which can be a bit of a hard thing to do sometimes. This can be difficult because the spring does fight back, but we will get it together again. The washer keeps bouncing out, the spring keeps forcing out the washer. Because the new spring is stronger, it makes it more difficult to put back together. But anyway, we'll get it done. There's no simple way to tell you to do this. You just have to keep working with it and try and get it pushed into position. There is no magic way that I know of. You can put that in the comments section if you have any sort of exciting tips that could help me or anybody else do this. It can turn something you could do in maybe 3 minutes into something you could take you half an hour and fed up to and have to come back to it. But anyway, that's the joys. Let's see. I'll be slightly out of shot here, but I think you've seen what it entails. There we are. I managed to get it pushed back in again, and that feels a lot stronger than the spring was. The only thing we can do now is test that the bit holder stays in, and that is the moment of truth then. Oh, that's it. We have a victory. Perfect. Perfect. Could not be better. That was the benefit of replacing all the parts. You get a far stronger result, but usually you can get away, I don't know if you can see that, with replacing that part. See if you can hold this steady. Get this camera to focus. And that little recess is what holds the ball in place, which holds the bit in. That's the one that does the work. And that's how you replace the bit holder in a Milwaukee impact driver.